This story belongs to a woman named Claire Donovan, a single mother in her late 30s who just wanted a fresh start. After a rough divorce, Claire and her 10-year-old daughter Ellie moved into a rented farmhouse in Vermont. It was a beautiful old structure, white paint peeling at the corners, wide wooden porches, and acres of silent forest surrounding it. The rent was suspiciously cheap, but Claire was desperate, so she didn't ask too many questions. The first thing the landlord said before handing her the keys was, "Just don't leave the upstairs windows open after dark. The house doesn't like it." Claire laughed, thinking it was just some weird New England folklore, but it stuck in her head. For the first few days, everything seemed normal. Claire unpacked, Ellie started school. They were alone, but it felt peaceful. But then, one night around 3 a.m., Claire heard footsteps upstairs. Heavy, deliberate steps. She froze. Her daughter was asleep beside her. No one else lived in the house. Claire grabbed a flashlight and slowly climbed the staircase, her heart pounding louder than her own footsteps. She reached the landing, and there, in the hallway, she saw something. Not a person, not an intruder, just the upstairs window wide open and the curtains blowing inward, even though there was no wind. Ellie began talking to someone named Miss Rose. At first, Claire thought it was an imaginary friend, but then she noticed things. Toys arranged perfectly in circles, rocking chairs swaying on their own, and someone whispering in her room, and someone whispering back. Claire asked, "Who is Miss Rose?" Ellie smiled innocently and said, "She used to live here. She said we shouldn't leave." There was one door in the house Claire couldn't open. A rusted, narrow door in the attic with no keyhole, just nailed shut. Every time Claire passed it, she felt dizzy, and Ellie started having nightmares, screaming in her sleep that someone is trying to crawl out of the wall. One night, Claire heard loud banging coming from the attic. She ran upstairs. The banging stopped, but a new noise began, scratching, from inside that locked door, like fingernails on wood. Claire set up a baby monitor near the attic door, just to prove to herself she wasn't losing her mind. At 2:59 a.m. the camera picked up something. A shadow figure, crawling out from behind the door. Not human, not animal, just a black twitching shape. And in the audio, a voice whispering, "Don't leave me alone again. You left last time. I won't let you leave this time." The next day, Claire confronted the landlord. His hands trembled as he spoke. "You're not the first tenant. Everyone leaves, or tries to. But the house, it remembers. Miss Rose lived there in 1902. She died in that attic. Her spirit stayed. She thinks the house is hers." Is it the... "If you try to leave," he stopped. "Just don't let the house feel empty. That's when it gets angry." That night, Claire packed her bags. She didn't care about spirits or history. She wanted out. But when she walked into her daughter's room, Ellie was gone, and written on the wall, in childlike handwriting, were the words, "She wants a family again." Claire ran through the house screaming Ellie's name. The upstairs window blew open. Cold wind rushed through the hallways, and the house seemed to breathe, like it was alive. Suddenly a sound came from the attic. Knocking. 3 slow knocks. Then, a voice from behind the locked door. "Claire, I saved a room for you." Everyone thinks their life is hard, that their problems are bigger than anyone else's, but the night I'm about to tell you about, it changed everything for me. I was only 16 years old. It was around midnight, maybe 2 a.m., and I was with my mom and dad driving in our car. I remember I was so happy that night. I had no idea that joy would turn into trauma within minutes. We were about 20 kilometers from home when suddenly, boom, one of our car tires burst. My dad and mom got out to check. The tire was completely flat. Dad told mom, "Go sit with our son in the car, I'll change the tire." But mom refused. "No, I won't leave you out here in the dark. Dad insisted, "It's too late at night, anything could happen. Please stay in the car." But she didn't listen. I was watching them argue through the car window when suddenly a speeding car came out of nowhere, must have been going over 100 km/h, and smashed right into my mom. The impact was horrifying. She flew into the air and landed far away. I froze, my heart dropped, my eyes widened, I couldn't move. My dad ran after the speeding car, but it didn't stop. He came back, opened the door, pulled me out in a panic. I was shaking, crying. Dad was barely holding it together. He tried calling an ambulance, but we were deep in a forested area. No network, no signal, no people, just us. He dropped to his knees beside Mom, pleading, crying, shaking her body. She wasn't moving. She wasn't breathing. Then he looked at me, tears running down his face, and whispered, "Son, your mom is gone." I lost it, screamed, cried, my whole world shattered, and just when I thought it couldn't get worse, that same car came back, speeding right toward us. Dad held me tight, and at the last second, he threw me aside, out of harm's way. I hit my head hard, bleeding, dizzy, but alive. When I turned around, that car had hit my dad too. He lay there, lifeless, just like Mom. My screams echoed through the night, but no one was there, just me, a 16-year-old boy, broken, alone. I crawled to my dad, checked for breath, but there was none. I wanted to call someone, anyone, but there was still no signal, just silence. And then something unexplainable happened. That same car, the one that killed my parents, came back. But this time, it was moving slowly, very slowly, straight toward me. My heart pounded. I stood up, terrified. The car rolled up and stopped. The window rolled down. I stepped closer. No one was inside, not a single soul. I froze. Then, suddenly, the trunk creaked open, and out came, something, not human. Long black hair covering its face, eyes glowing red like fire, wearing white, skin black as coal, nails sharp and bloody. It walked toward me, slowly, and then it spoke. "I killed your parents, and now, it's your turn." I couldn't breathe. I couldn't move. I stuttered. Why did you do this? My parents never hurt anyone." He laughed, loud, mad, uncontrollably. Then he yelled, "Shut up! You have no idea what your parents did to me." He continued, "They murdered me years ago. I used to be human. I was a good man, but your parents destroyed me. That's why I came back, for revenge." I couldn't believe it. I shouted back, "You're lying. My parents were kind. They'd never hurt anyone." But he growled, "They only looked kind. The truth is, they killed me. Your parents buried the truth, and now I buried them." He dragged me to his car. The smell inside was unbearable, rotten, death. We reached my house within a minute. I don't know how. He walked straight to my mom's closet, pulled out an old photo album, and showed me a picture. It was him, the same man, when he was human. "This was me," he said. "I was your real father." My stomach dropped. He continued, "Your so-called dad was my best friend. Your mother and he betrayed me. Right after you were born, they murdered me to steal my property, my son, my life. They raised you not out of love, but for the wealth that was in your name. They planned to kill you when you turned 18, just like they killed me." I couldn't believe it. Not a word. I yelled, "Show me your face! Take off that hair! Prove it!" He slowly lifted his hair. His face was torn, stabbed, covered in deep wounds. But I could still see it. He matched the photo. I stepped back, in shock. He looked at me, pain in his red eyes, and whispered, "I couldn't kill you because you're my son." I screamed, "If this is true, if you were really my father, why didn't you come earlier? Why now?" But he didn't answer. He just stared. and vanished. Just like that, gone. Later, after many weeks of searching, asking, digging into my parents' past, I found out he was telling the truth. He really was my biological father, and the ones I called mom and dad had killed him for money. I've never seen him again. Maybe I never will. But that night, that cursed night, turned my world upside down. Now I live to help others, to protect, to never let pain repeat what I went through. If this story gave you chills, like and subscribe, because some horror stories are not just stories, they're someone's life. Love you all, stay safe,